Hey guys, what's up? We are outside in my backyard and I kind of wish I was facing the other way so that you guys can kind of see the development of my yard, but not the case just because the lighting isn't working in my favor right now. And my apologies if there's, you know, trucks that starts driving by, the dogs barking or what have you. Worst case scenario, if the audio is kind of crap, I will just do a voiceover. But we're outside today because a couple of my Hoyas are just totally out of control. Now this time last year I showed you guys my Hoya Mathilde, and I did say at some point I do need to repot her. That time has come. My Hoya Kerrii has also been going crazy, and I think that needs to be a video all on its own because it's like intense right now. I don't even know how I managed to get these two, well, just this one Hoya outside, to be honest, because the Hoya Mathilde and the Hoya Kerrii just were like totally entangled. I wish I had taken a video for you guys prior to me untangling it, just because that was a mission. I ended up having to snip the Hoya Mathilde and there was a casualty, but I mean, I'll show you guys that in like a part 2. But updates, this Hoya Kerrii I was able to bring outside and she's so cute. So this is my Hoya Kerrii Splash, and as you can see, she finally has a bloom. Oh my god. So I've had this since COVID actually, and it has been struggling quite a bit. I feel like it's because, one, Hoyas were just, they were a mystery to me because I couldn't quite figure out what it wanted, but I think what it just needed was time, because now these guys are just growing like crazy in my my dining room area, and there's nothing special about that area at all. Like I said before, a lot of my plants right now are, you know, in ambient room temperature. Probably it runs colder just because we have the AC going, and there's no humidifier, there's nothing. I just, you know, let it do its thing, give it light, give it water when it looks dry, and it's finally rewarding me with this bloom. So today I will be repotting this into a different container just because, well, the media that it's currently in looks really gross and really sad. So I will show you what that looks like. It's kind of embarrassing. But like I said, she was kind of one of my, my first Hoya plants. So that was definitely a learning curve. Now, the Hoya Mathilde. One moment. This Hoya Mathilde is truly my pride and joy, but look at her. She's definitely overgrown. The blooms are beautiful, like love. I will be repotting her today as well, just because I feel like she's super entangled. She kind of needs some sprucing, and I'm actually going to be splitting this Hoya with my friend, so there's that. But yeah, I wish I had taken better care of this plant, or at least had an idea as to how I wanted it to grow, because just she's so entangled. This is going to take a while. I'm going to have to go off camera to do this. I'm probably not even going to show you guys the entanglement. I'm just going to show you like the before and after and what kind of soil I'll be using. But the blooms bring me so much joy, and I probably should wait to repot her, but you know, I just she needs a haircut. It's either I do it now or I don't do it at all, and then it's going to be like next year. It's going to be 2025. So I feel like every year I'm going to give you guys an update as to how my Hoyas are doing. And yeah, so let's get into this video. I'm going to start with the Hoya Kerrii. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so the type of soil mix that I will be using today is this mixture right here. So what we have is coarse perlite, peat moss. Actually, I think it's coco coir. Coco coir peat moss? Coco coir moss? No. It's coco coir something. I'll link it down below for you. And then I have tree fern fiber and some bark. You guys, soil amendment is so expensive now. It's insane. I actually had to go to my local nursery to pick up coarse perlite, and it was $10 a bag. And the bag isn't even that big. So, I don't know. Things are getting super expensive. I almost feel like I should stick with ponds because I have it. It's just currently not rinsed or ready to be used yet. So that is why we're using soil amendments. But yeah, I noticed that everything has gotten so expensive. Sorry, I'm just mixing this together right now. I think my bag of tree fern fiber has gone up significantly. I can't remember off the top of my head right now how much it was, but I will, like, you know, flash a screenshot and put the price on it for you. I think like you can purchase it on Amazon, but I think it was like significantly more expensive. So I did purchase it from like a store that, what was it? What store was it? Northern Gecko. Yeah, I purchased from a reptile store, which was cheaper, but still, I don't know. I remember spending like $50, 49, yeah, like $50 Canadian, and now it's like $75 for the same bag. Like that's crazy. Everything has gotten so expensive. Anyways, so the thing with tree fern fiber is that sometimes you gotta really get your hands dirty, because you'll get chunks like this and you almost have to break it apart, otherwise it can cause like like root rot, because it's holding on to too much water in one area. So yeah, I think that's one thing with tree fern fiber I find, that because it comes together, you have to be mindful of that and just break it apart. And it's very dusty. I don't like that it's super dusty, but it is what it is. The plants like it, and I feel like moving forward I'm just gonna stick to like ponds and perlite. I may end up having to transfer a lot of my like baby plants into semi-hydro, just so that it's more sustainable and feasible, because this was just expensive. I think this is good to go. Okay, this is what it looks like now. So it's nice and mixed up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the pot that I'll be potting it in, which is all the way over there, so I'll be right back. Okay, I had to change locations a couple of times to get like semi-good lighting. So again, my apologies if it's kind of crap. If it's really crap, I won't do this again, promise. I will film part 2 indoors. It'll be a huge struggle, but I will figure it out. All right, so let's go ahead and unpot this Hoya. Now, like I said, very much neglected, so please don't judge me too much. Okay, so this is the root ball. Pretty decent. Now, the trick that I found with repotting is, I know a lot of people like to disrupt the root ball so that it can kind of figure out where it wants to go, but I've noticed that when I do that, it's a problem. So I do leave it alone. I think when I'm pulling it out of the container it was originally in, I'm fairly rough with it anyway, so I've already kind of disrupted the root system. So I'm just gonna leave this alone and just put her in here, and then just backfill and then give it a nice pull. So wonder if I can show you guys. I think you guys can see what's going on. Anyways, so I've already kind of filled it, and then I'm just gonna stick it in here like this. Hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and hear me a little bit better. Let's just stake her up now. Maybe not yet. I almost feel like it needs to be kind of out of the pot a little more. There she is. Cute. I'm gonna give her a little rinse and then get started with the Hoya Mathilde. I'll be back. You guys, this Hoya Mathilde is just so entangled right now. I don't really wanna go there. And I think the reason why she's so entangled is just because I really like the trailing look. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, she needs to be staked up hardcore. Anyways, I was gonna film the struggle of entangling, but that will be a very long video, so I feel like I'm gonna be sitting out here for a very long time. So I will save you guys the agony of that and just go ahead and start taking care of business, and I'll update you guys periodically if there's anything to update. So I shall be back. Alright, so I kind of gotten her a little bit untangled, and I was able to preserve majority of the blooms. I didn't realize I did this till now, but because she was getting so overgrown, I started like wrapping her within herself. So change of plans. Instead of untangling, I think what I'm gonna do is just actually take her out of the pot completely and then just split it that way and hope for the best. So I'm gonna try to be as gentle as I can so that I'm not gonna, you know, break anything, because look, like I totally wrapped herself on herself, and I'm not too concerned about the blooms too much, just because they've already, like, you know, they've already bloomed. It's kind of on its way out anyways, and so long as the peduncles are still there, like these things, it'll come back next year. So yeah, note to self for anybody who wants trailing plants: just take cuttings next time instead of deciding to split the plant. Had I had known, but now you guys know, so you guys won't be sitting here for hours untangling and then repotting. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure this out, and I'm probably gonna, what I may end up doing if it gets too messy, I may just take clippings and then just stake this up really nicely for my friend, and she gets a really full plant while I start from scratch. But yeah, so let me see what I can do. You guys, I feel like I've been working on here for like 2 hours. Yeah, it's probably been 2 hours, but here are the casualties. I tried to save as much of the blooms as I can. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Yeah. So I try to save them as best as I can on the vine, but obviously some of them just kind of like fell off. And the reason why I was trying to save them was because this typically attaches onto the vine. And so long as this piece right here is intact, it'll grow back every year. But obviously I snapped it off, so that ain't growing back. And this right here is a very big haircut for the plant. Now, technically, I can throw this in moss, put it in semi-hydro soil, what have you, and just increase the humidity, and it'll probably sprout lots of roots for me, and I would have a very full plant. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I'm trying to downsize, and like I said, this was originally very overgrown anyways, so I don't feel bad. I think maybe 2 years ago I would have cried and this never would have happened, but times have changed. And yeah, so here's another bloom that got left behind, but I think here you can see it a little bit better. This is what I'm talking about. Get this to focus. There you go. So you see how it's attached right here? So long as this stays intact, it'll always put out blooms. So that's why you never want to cut the peduncles, because you'll just lose the blooms. And yeah, this is actually, it is a shame. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of comments down below, people being like, how can you just throw it away? Well, you gotta trim them back, okay? You just gotta trim them back. And sometimes haircuts aren't a bad thing. It'll just grow to be more bushy. So this is the one that I am keeping. I was able to save one bloom and she kind of looks like what I received when I first got her. So I'm really happy for that. She's very very full, and all I did was I wrapped it around itself, and the two stakes are back in here. I personally prefer the trailing look. I know it is a vining plant and some people are probably like, why don't you put it on a stake so that it can climb? Well, where it currently is right now in the what is it, the dining room, the dining room, there's a lot of light. So what I've noticed is when the plant is very healthy, what it used to do was it would just kind of grow towards the light. So I had a lot of like vines growing towards the light, and it would just like wrap itself around the trellis itself. So hopefully it'll do that in the next couple of weeks. I think what I'm probably going to do is increase the humidity for these two plants, just because I want it to survive. I really wanted to, you know, pick up where it was 3 hours ago, back in its snug, cozy home. So again, this is the one that I am keeping, and this is the one that I will be giving to my friend. She's so cute, so full. So I did put this on a trellis for her because I'm not quite sure what she wants, but yeah, I can't wait to surprise her with this. So I did manage to save a bloom here and a bloom here, and like I said, I wanted to guarantee that she'll get blooms. And there is quite a bit of peduncles here. So this one is nice and fresh. Looks like it wanted to put off something, but I obviously uprooted the plant, so it may not do anything at all. But yeah, it looks very nice, very nice. I'm very happy with it, actually. Happy with how it turned out. I'm not mad at it. I hope she doesn't try to attempt to unvine this. Don't unvine this. You'll hate me. You'll hate this plant. Just let it be. Just let it grow. And I think in the future, what I'll probably do is, if it ever needs to be repotted again, I'm definitely not unvining, untangling. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just gonna literally pick it up and put it in a new pot and call it a day. But yeah, part 2 will be the Hoya Kerrii. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today. That's a lot of work just now, and I feel like I have a lot to clean up. My yard looks like a mess. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.